Today on the Why family, you know how rivers flow to the ocean? Well, Grandma's gonna show me why. Dad and I get small and check out how different kinds of rocks work. And Mom tells me about animals that hibernate.
Animals that hibernate eat as much as they can at the beginning of winter to build their reserves of fat.
And then I'm gonna find out why people get different kinds of headaches. Then Grandpa takes me out of space so I can see why the moon is not always full. Wow, what a cool day this is gonna be.
Come along with me and meet the smartest family in all the town. The Why family. Mom can make it plain to see that what goes up eventually comes down. The Why family. Come and meet the Why family. We got a lot of real know-how. Grandpa knows a lot of farming. Ask him and I'll show you now.
Why do airplanes fly?
When I land, I'll tell you why.
Meanwhile, there's a dragon making some kind of a potion in a vat. The Why family. And Grandma's no stranger. She can teach you all the dangers found in that. The Why family. Mixes of mechanical marvel. Why? I know copy kind of guy. Maybe we can show you the answer now. If you want to take a look inside. Everybody's in a lather.
Rushing, wondering what's the matter.
Every person hears a cry.
Rushes to the baby side.
What's the deal? What could it be? Just ask the Why family.
Have you ever wondered why there's salty oceans, lightning, thunder, what the earth is like down under? Why there's wind and snow and rain? Let earth and basalt explain.
Oh, how much longer till we reach this waterfall?
We're almost there, dear.
Uh-oh. Is this what you're looking for?
Oh, he'll be fine, Victor. He's probably changed himself into a parachute by now. Let's follow him anyway. The river might just sweep him all the way to the sea.
Why do rivers flow to the sea?
Because of gravity, dear. You see, water always flows downward, and the lowest point on Earth is the sea. Melted snow, rain, and water from river springs flow down the sides of the mountain. Then other streams flow into the river, and it grows bigger still.
Oh, there's the salt!
You know, you might have warned me about that waterfall. Wet again.
When the current is strong, the water cuts into the rocks, and over the course of thousands of years carves out gorges and valleys.
And how do waterfalls form?
When you have softer rocks, the river's flowing water cuts into them. Over the course of thousands of years, you get a higher and higher waterfall.
All right, who's the wise guy?
Uh-oh! The wind has stopped.
Don't worry. Basalt! Maneuver 27!
Boy, you two plan for everything.
Look, Victor, the river has reached a plain. It gets wider and flows more slowly. But now the current is weaker, so we're going to have to row.
How come the river doesn't flow in a straight line?
Because water always takes the easiest route and goes around any obstacles in its path.
Look, Grandma, our river just got huge.
I bet a storm has broken out in the mountains.
This doesn't look at all right.
The river has overflowed. Most of the plain is flooded.
What causes floods?
Well, if there's a lot of rain, the river can overflow and...
Grandma! Oh, look! He's stranded!
Not for long.
Do all rivers flow to the sea?
Not all, but most of them flow to the sea. And once they get there, they deposit great amounts of sand and sludge. This debris slowly blocks the water, so it finds other ways to the ocean and carves out new waterways. That's called a delta.
Do all rivers have deltas?
No. If the current and the tides are strong enough, the seawater clears the debris, mixes with the river water, and forms an estuary.
Look over there! We can help them too!
Yes, I suppose so. No! Watch it.
Wait till everybody sees our new friends!
electronic knack. Machines are his thing, so don't go berserk. That's on the job. You'll find out how they work.
Mr. Max Wai, I've got a telegram for you.
It's Zygo. Listen to this. Urgent. Maddox has lost the key to the vacation house. Send spare key I keep in the safe in the cellar immediately. Well, we've got a little problem here. I don't think I've got the cellar key. But we'll manage. I'm a lock expert.
Locks? Hey, Dad, how do locks work?
Excellent question, Victor. Come on, I'll show you. We begin with the bolt. To open a bolt, you just pull a bar out of a hole.
And to lock it, you just push it back.
Yes, but the problem with bolts is that they lock on only one side. That's a big snag. With locks, you can choose who to give the key to, and you can lock it on both sides.
But I still don't know how locks work.
You'll soon see. When we lock a door, the key pushes a metal part called a bolt into a hole in the door frame.
I get it now. The door is blocked, just like with a bolt.
Now let's see. It won't work. This can't be the right key.
Oh, but why doesn't that key work, Dad?
Because each lock has its own key. See these teeth here? When the key slides into the lock, each one of these little teeth pushes a small metal rod up higher. When the rods are lifted to the proper height, the tube with the key in it can turn. The tube is called the cylinder. When it turns in the lock, it pulls the metal bolt which blocks the door.
But then we'll never get into the cellar without the right key.
Don't worry, my boy. I've thought of everything. Now here's the lock. If we're going to open it, we'll have to do the job of the key.
Do you mean we've got to push the little pins up?
Exactly. Watch me. The last one's all yours, Victor.
It's heavy, Dad.
The cylinder is free. Now we've got to move it with our feet. Run, Victor, fast! Wow!
Ow!
There we are. The bolt's free.
Yes! We've done it! Dad, look! Here it is! Too bad. A padlock.
A padlock won't stop us. They open and close just like regular locks.
I got it, Dad. Now, turn the cylinder. Wow! We've opened the door! Not another one!
A combination lock. Victor, we've got to find the right combination. Each number corresponds to a wheel with a slot. The slots are aligned when the correct numbers are dialed. Only then can you take the key out.
I got an idea. Try Zygo and Grandpa's birthdays.
No, doesn't work.
How about Grandpa Maddox's fax number?
Nah, no good either.
Hey, Grandpa's old motorbike. Try the license plate number, Dad.
That's it! Great, Victor! Here it is at last! The key to our vacation home.
Yippee! All right!
Wait a minute. These other keys here, well, guess what? They're spare keys for the cellar door.
Hey, the questions that you have are not too serious. The animals and plants are not so mysterious, so have no fear. Everything will be made clear. Vanilla, Quake, and Quack are here.
Zygo, what are you doing? Whoa! Mom, come here! Hurry!
What's going on here?
Look, a hedgehog. I think it's sick. It's not moving.
Don't worry, Victor. This hedgehog is fine. It's just hibernating.
Oh, hibernating. Well, yes, of course. I knew that.
Hibernating? What's hibernating?
When it's cold and there isn't a lot of food around, some mammals hibernate, which means they sleep all winter long.
And do all animals hibernate when it's cold?
Not all of them. Some birds leave for warm climates at the beginning of the fall to escape the winter. Other animals, squirrels or bees for instance, gather and store food to use in the winter.
Some animals hibernate all through winter.
How can they sleep all winter?
All
animals have to eat. But in winter, it's very hard for some animals to find enough food.
It sure is.
He looks like he found enough to eat.
That's a marmot, Victor, and it's about to hibernate. Come on, we'll follow it.
Wow! It's really fat!
Yes, Victor. Animals that hibernate eat as much as they can at the beginning of winter to build their reserves of fat. They use the extra fat to sustain them during hibernation.
That's a whole lot of marmot.
Listen, bird brain. I'll have you know that last year, I was voted first runner-up in the Miss Mountain Mammal Beauty Pageant.
Come on, Victor, let's go in after it. There. Our marmot is going to sleep all winter now.
I still don't see how being fat lets it sleep all winter.
Well, to begin with, its body slows way down. While the marmot sleeps, its heartbeat and breathing slow down, and its temperature drops so it uses less energy. And that enables it to live off the fat it's stored.
Marmots are lucky. They've always tripped to sleeping for 3 months.
You already sleep most of the time, lazy bones.
Would you two please hunker down? Some of us are trying to hibernate.
Our new friend is right. Let's let her sleep in peace.
Pleasant dreams. See you in 3 months.
Actually, hibernating animals do wake up from time to time during the winter.
What for?
Well, it depends on the species. Hamsters, for instance, wake up for a snack. Marmots wake up about every 2 weeks for the same reason that you wake up a couple of times a night.
Did they ask for a drink of water, too?
Boy, hedgehogs sure have it easy.
I built a house for our hedgehog so it can be nice and cozy while it hibernates.
Ha! Who ever heard of a hedgehog house?
Good one. Well, I thought you would like it. I made it with your nest.
You did what?
I thought you said birds don't hibernate.
You have seen nothing like this. With these two guys you can't miss. You wonder what's inside you. These are just the guys to guide you. Come on, let's go. Let's go, let's go. These guys are in the know. Micro and Scopo.
Hey, Uncle Scopo, won't you come and play with me? What's wrong with him?
Uncle Scopo's got a headache. He needs to rest.
But why has he got a headache?
I think he's eaten too much, and now he's having a hard time digesting all the food. Now look. His stomach is overworked, and it sends a signal to the brain. And there, the brain decides whether to trigger a headache or not.
How can it decide?
Well, we really don't know, but it does do it. An order is sent to the little blood vessels around the brain, and these vessels inflate, press on the skull, and set off a headache. Sometimes only half the brain is affected. That headache is called a migraine.
Oh, sorry, Uncle Scopo.
When we have a headache, we are very sensitive to noise and light.
Can we do anything to relieve Uncle Scopo's pain?
Yes, there are several things that can relieve the pain. One thing is to put ice on his head, which works really well. Cold helps the blood vessels to contract. Some medicines thin the blood. That helps reduce the blood pressure in our vessels.
There you go, Uncle Scopo. You'll see. Soon your head won't thump anymore. But Uncle Micro, we don't get a headache every time we eat, do we?
Not necessarily,
Cool.
but there are lots of other things that give us headaches.
Oh? What, for instance?
That, for instance. Sometimes a blocked nose is enough to give you a headache. Or even a sore throat, pain in your ears, or a toothache.
Of course. It all takes place in our head.
That's right, Victor. Also, when our eyes are tired, our head often aches.
Oh, yeah. Because sometimes when I watch too much TV, I get a headache. And when the music is too loud, too.
Or when we run a temperature. In sum, when we work too much, we grow tired. And when we're too tired,
We get a headache.
Alfred.
I'm sorry, Uncle Scopo.
And when our head hurts too much, the best cure is to rest in a dark, quiet room.
Please, Uncle Michael, will you play with me? Please, come on, you push me and I'll do...
Oh, I'm sorry, but I don't feel well.
But you didn't tell me that people sometimes get headaches when they want to be left in peace.
Who has all the answers about the sun and moon and stars? That would be Zygo and Magic. Who can tell us all about the atmosphere and Mars? That would be Zygo and Magic. Pick a spot in outer space, they've been all around the place. Zygo and Magic, here they come.
I'm delighted to see you're using the telescope I gave you. Good for you. You know, Victor, observation is the basis of astronomy.
I'm studying the moon and its craters.
Well, you've picked a good night for it, too. There's a full moon.
Grandpa, this is the first time I've seen the whole moon since you gave me this telescope a month ago.
A month ago? Well, of course.
I don't get it.
Well, I'll have to explain this in more detail. Come with me.
You see, Victor, the sun's light reflects the moon's surface.
Just like this.
Oh, I see. But I still don't know why I can't always see the moon completely lit.
Hold on, Victor. I'm coming to that. To begin with, the moon always shows us the same side.
So we never get to see the other side. I know. It's the famous dark side of the moon.
Now we'll go and line our shuttle with the Earth, and you'll see.
From here, you only see the side of the moon that's visible from Earth.
And you can only see the part of it that's lit by the sun.
Yes! Now I can see its whole lit side. It's round.
That's what we call a full moon. The moon's lit side is facing the Earth.
But if we go forward a few days, the moon keeps turning around the Earth and the Earth around the sun.
Hey, it's a different shape now. A crescent.
But the moon is still round. Only at night you can't see the dark side.
The movement of the Earth and the moon around the sun goes on until it turns its dark side fully towards us. Then we can't see its lit side at all.
This phase is called the new moon.
I get it now. It all depends on my point of view. The sun, on the other hand, always sees a full moon.
You figured it all out, Victor.
In fact, it's a never-ending cycle, and the moon returns to the same position every 29 days.
Every 29 and a half, to be precise.
Yes, well, give or take a half a day.
So we should be able to tell when we're going to have a full or a new moon.
Of course, it's very easy to calculate.
All you need is a calendar. Everybody has one.
A calendar? But why?
Because a lot of people are interested in the moon's position. Gardeners, for instance, check the moon's cycle before planting.
And there are lots of sayings and beliefs about the full and the new moon.
My barber always tells me I should have my hair cut at the new moon. Otherwise, it'll grow faster.
Your barber? How long ago was that?
Well, thanks for the explanations. I'll keep this. I'll use it to pick my moon-gazing days.
Hurry up, Victor. We've got an appointment with the barber.
The barber? Today? But I can't go today, Mom.
And may I know why not?
Well, because the new moon was just 2 days ago.
Hey, my barber always says I should have my hair cut when there's a new moon.
It's the same for my flower seeds. I always plant them when there's...
See? I'll have to wait 27 more days now.
Well, Victor, what'd you learn today?
Oh, of neat stuff. I learned that melted snow and rainwater flows down mountainsides and forms bigger rivers. Boy, you do plan for everything. I learned that each lock has its own key and that the key pushes little rods inside the lock. I also learned that when animals hibernate, their temperature drops and that sometimes they wake up for a little snack. Did they ask for a drink of water too? I learned that once in a while when we eat too much, we get a headache. And I learned that the moon gets its light from the sun and we see only the part that is lit.
Sounds like a pretty big day.
It was, but he still had plenty of questions left for next time.